This is the Car Wash on Soccer Laduma Radio. So in the paper, we have quite a spicy story.
Spicy spice.
Mad spicy involving Tso Vilakazi and famed agent Mike Makaab. So Tso accuses Mike of misrepresenting him when he left Aalborg. Tso had to come back to the PSL for family reasons. He claims that Aalborg actually offered to help him to stay that side and bring his sister's kids up, but Mike didn't tell him. He ends up moving back to the PSL. He also accuses Mike of inflating his salary demands, saying Pirates thought that he was demanding 250,000 Rand a month.
Back
then, yeah. And apparently that wasn't the case. He wanted to go back to Pirates. He would have done it for less. And Mike denies. He calls Tso a blatant liar. And such an interesting story because it's
I take it they're not friends anymore.
They ain't homies. They ain't homies like that. So it's an interesting one. I mean, you guys have been players. Sean, you're now on the agent side of things. I know you don't like the phrase, but interesting story, right?
I mean, there's obviously two sides. There's always three sides. Mike's side, Tso's side, and the real side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the honest answer is I don't know. Like, both sides are very probable. Unfortunately, it's a tough question. I mean, he was such a talent. From hero to, I wouldn't say zero, but I mean, the story isn't great, is it? But
difficult to say.
Yeah, it's difficult to say. What do you think there, Tex? It's a tough one.
Let me ask you this. When a team approaches your agent for a contract, are they obliged to tell you exactly what their offer was? Because I'm wondering how the agent just goes, he needs 250,000 a month, but so it doesn't say anything about receiving an offer from Pirates. So how does that work? How does the negotiation for contracts work?
What normally works is, I think it differs from an agent to a player's, because sometimes the relationships with the players are different to agents. Others are just business, pure business, so that's it. So when you have a relationship with your agent, I think it works in a way that you guys will speak about certain things first. But like, look, dude, you need to bounce from where you are, and then you need to go back to South Africa. So this is the salary bracket that we need to accept. This is more likely to happen. So let's see who has the pockets to actually give you this kind of money. I think there's an issue at all when it happened. And the problem sometimes is when as a player you put so much trust in an agent that you don't actually ask questions. You don't want to find out information because you're relying so much on this guy. These are the kind of things that actually happens because of now you find yourself in a team that you never even spoke about. For instance, now I know for a fact that I'm negotiating with Sundowns. Last minute I'm at Polokwane seat. You're not knowing exactly what happened because the agent is saying, I'm spraying problems for you. I don't want you to know certain things, but at the end of the day, you need to tell the players because the players should know, should learn, should also know their values as well. Because most players they don't know their
players
values.
need to take ownership.
100%. Yeah. So these are kind of issues that happens every season, dude. Like it's all issue that happens even here locally where you see, like the Godinho story. Like he was, speaking to Celtics, blah, blah, blah. End of the day,
all of a sudden,
then, you cannot tell me, of course he wants to play, but he cannot tell me that was his initial idea.
Yeah.
So it happens it's so unfortunate that because all of us were expecting him to come back and play for Orlando Pirates because we know exactly what he meant. And the chances are I would have played with him at Orlando Pirates. That would be so much great,
Yeah.
But it's one of those, after he came back, we all know the story, what happened. He never played that well at Sundowns, and then he started going to different teams, and it became the Tso that we never knew.
Yeah, and it's this unfortunate situation that happens a lot with South African footballers in particular, legends of the game, and then after their careers are over, off the map, and we don't know, and they go broke, and
I mean, we can talk about hours for that. I mean, but again, it's players need to take ownership.
Yeah.
But on top of that, Sean, I feel like the system itself, it's not designed for any South African footballer
100%
to succeed
Yeah.
after playing football. Because in South Africa, you only get the best contract when you're at a certain age, 29, 30. That's when you're actually supposed to be at your peak, and that's the only time you're getting your best contract. And at that time, the chances are you're gonna buy a 3 million house.
Yeah.
That you need to pay for 20 years, and with the salary that you get at that time, it's easy, you can pay for it. But once you get 33, Now you need to understand that you're not going to get the same salary that you were getting
Correct.
at 28. Yeah. So now even if you can plan so much, teams don't normally pay players the way they're supposed to pay them. Because we're saying, no, it's too much money. Because the thing is, like in South Africa, we devalue the players so much. And even the
teams
players
are the assets, not the players.
So yeah, those are the kind of things that happens when also as players as well, we don't know our values because we're not taught how to value ourselves. And then when players also wants to go overseas because they want to try play a catch up in terms of finances and also further their dreams, and we don't give them those opportunities. The next thing, we come back after they've retired and then we saying as team owners, but yeah, I gave him an opportunity. Dude, you were paying me 80 grand. Gross for 6 years, and I was 28, and then that 80 grand. People that never play the game, they'll come and tell you, 80 grand is a lot, blah blah blah, but not understanding what comes with the 80 grand. With the 80 grand, there's more responsibilities. Families are looking at this because you're on TV every day. Expenses go up. That's why in the overseas you find a player that signs one big contract is set for life. In South Africa, you have to be at a certain age because that's why they're still calling youngster, 24-year-old, the youngster in South Africa, because of once you're that age, you're not supposed to get a certain amount of money because you're still a youngster. So if that mentality can change, then we might see so many footballers after retiring in South Africa, getting...
So the fact of the matter is the clubs aren't doing enough. The league is not doing enough.
Of course.
And it's just a lack of education all the way around in terms of finance.
Yeah, they need to have financial education, financial literacy. These are things that aren't really taught to you properly on a schooling level. No class in high school is going to teach you exactly how to manage your money long term. It's kind of something that you have to.
But Slu, also in the league, I think they're doing it intentionally. Look, in EPL, there's a system that they take your money and put it.
But I say it's a forced savings plan.
Exactly. So in South Africa, whenever that system was implemented, it never happened. We're trying to implement it, rather. It never happened because I think in South Africa, we always enjoy when people come back and ask for stuff from you. And then we feel empowered, like, he was my player. Look at the text. He's asking me for 3,000. That's what they want. They don't want to empower players. No system in the country, in football-wise, that is there to empower players. If you look at rugby, you look at cricket, those are different stories.
100%.
In football, in South Africa, we're saying the football is the number one sport in the country, but no system is there for actually to protect the players. And we know the backgrounds. The backgrounds are all similar. They never went to school, blah, blah, blah. And you're the one that came when I was 18, I was still at school. You offered me so much money not to go to school, to come and play professional football. Then after I've retired, you're like, but guys, they didn't go to school. Why the are you the one that gave me that? They gave me the opportunity.
Help me.
Exactly. I was from Gugule to where I'm in the bedroom shack. You know what I'm saying? So they need to understand the culture of South Africa and build a system that will help those guys. Instead of waiting for them to become, now when you retire, they give you an under 10 coaching job, you're earning 15,000. Come on.
I couldn't agree more.
Everybody out here with MDC jobs.
I couldn't agree more.
This is the Car Wash on Laduma Radio. This is a Corner.